Hi, I'm Anisa Hassan, and welcome to my podcast, Diary of a Matchmaker, where I'll be shedding light on how to best navigate the dating world, avoid pitfalls, and create a love story that matters to you. Okay, so people have been asking me, right? What are some of the mistakes that single men and single women, what kind of mistakes do they commit when it comes to dating? And there are a few, right? Chief among them is I feel that a lot of them start off their dating journey either over projecting, over assuming, romanticizing, or they have very poor observation skills and creating a love story that has not even existed. And why do I say that? Too many case studies in the past. They use their past dating experiences as a benchmark, right? Or they use their parent story or their friend story as a benchmark. So when they start off dating, they start off with a lot of fear. What if he does this? What if she doesn't call me back? Is she too out of my league? Am I crazy for wanting to be with a woman like her? Or for the women, what if he cheats? What if he lies? What if he chooses me and still date other people? So the what ifs are already working to their disadvantage. Instead of going into the dating world feeling calm, feeling excited, feeling themselves with a lot of curiosity, they come with projections, they come with assumptions. So that's where a lot of men and women, single men and single women, start off on the wrong footing. Right? You want to start dating feeling very calm, very safe, very secure about yourself. That's why I always emphasize that you need to know yourself first before you can start being partnered, right? You don't start off right off the bat listing all the attributes that you're looking for in a partner, but then you can't show up as an equal, right? You want to start your dating journey on an equal footing. Right? You don't have to feel insecure about yourself so much and start questioning, do I have to look a certain way? Do I have to lose, 5, 10, 15 kilograms before I can start dating or being accepted? That's all part of, your self-concept, how secure or how confident you are as an individual. Because when you are in the vicinity or you are in the presence of a man or a woman who is really interested in you or who's really interested in getting to know you, all those superficial attributes just disappear. Because what you'll be doing is you'll be engaging in very, very deep conversations with them. Right? So they won't be focusing so much on your physical attributes. Rather, they want to know, your life path, your life story. And so we've been focusing too much on things that are not working in our favor rather than things that we want to reveal to our partners about ourselves that makes us interesting. Other mistakes include watching too many romantic comedies or romantic movies. And so you start creating a preconceived ideas of how somebody should be treating you. Right? You want to be treated like a princess. You want to, be very spoiled. You want to be taken care of, but then you don't go out of your way to make the men feel like they are also needed, that they can also be given attention and you need to put in effort. So a lot of it has got to do with you romanticizing the kind of journey that you want to be on based on the movies that you watch, right? So my take on this is, what is it that you really want in a partner? You have to know that. And you have to be very clear when somebody is showing you his attention, for ladies in particular. If somebody is showing you his attention, he's putting in effort, he's treating you kindly, even though he may not have the financial resources to bring you roses, to take you on trips, or to shower you with material gifts, right? It doesn't mean he's not the kind of person that you should be paying attention on, right? Sometimes we are so taken in by what we see and we don't see what's really good in front of us. And so those are some of the mistakes that women tend to make when it comes to choosing a life partner. And for the man, oh my goodness, where shall I start? It's always about the looks, right? If you are not good looking, you don't want to give somebody a second chance, right? Regardless whether this person is treating you kindly, is showing interest in you, is putting in effort in the relationship, or is putting effort in the beginning of the relationship. So, we all have our own insecurities, but to be hung up on just looks alone, that works to your disadvantage, because you are choosing not to see that people are multi-layered, right? That people have depth, right? What you're showing is, or what you're asking for, is the shallowness of a person. I mean, it's just skin deep. Whereas a person comes with a history, their childhood, what they have achieved in their life, what they have gone through to achieve what they have achieved in their lives. So these are important attributes that you need to learn to ask, or that you need to look into, to ensure that you're not just focusing on the very superficial. Worse, if they come to me and they say that she must get along with my mother, right? I think getting along with your parents is very important. But to lead by asking me to look for attributes that would make her get along with your mother is a big red flag, right? Because at the end of the day, she's going to be spending time with you, not with your mother, right? So this also shows that you have attachment issues that you need to cut away from, because otherwise the women would not be able to look at you as somebody that she can respect, that somebody that she can look up to, because all your decision is based on how you would make your mother feel, right? So as much as we want to be obedient and filial to our parents, looking for a lifetime partner that should just get along with your parents is a very superficial requirement. But somehow, when men come to me, those are the things that they talk about. Especially, I remember one gentleman who came to me and asked me, and he's a PhD. He has a PhD, and he came to me saying that, "Hey, can you look for a lady who can speak Gujarati?" And I was like, "Is that all your requirement?" And he says, "Yeah, because my mom speaks Gujarati, and that's all that matters." And I said, "But you speak English. Can't you do the translation?" And he says, "Oh, it's really important that she gets along with my mom." And I thought that was a very superficial request for somebody so bright, so smart, so sophisticated. So sometimes we are just focusing our attention on the small picture rather than the big picture. And that is when I would come in as a matchmaker to say, okay, let's look at things more holistically. Let's look at things more objectively. And even though those are the things or the requirements that you have asked for in the past, it doesn't mean that you should be continuing to ask the same requirements again if you engage me as a matchmaker. So other mistakes that women tend to make is they are always in a hurry to settle down because their biological clock is ticking away. Let me tell you something, ladies. Guys don't care. They really don't care that your biological clock is ticking, right? So don't lead with that, because it makes you very self-serving. It is selfish to lead with the fact that I need to get married very quickly because I have to have a child before 35. So what you're trying to say is all the other attributes that men come with don't matter? Are you just looking for a sperm donor? It shouldn't be that, right? It should be, a foundation should be built in a relationship, and it should be about getting to know the other party, knowing his values, knowing what he stands for, before you decide that this is the person that you want to spend the rest of your life with. This is going to be one of the most important decisions that you'll ever be making in your life. And so you don't want to lead with something that is just serving you. How would you feel if the man turns around and said, "I don't care what you have, or I don't care about what you have achieved. I just want a child"? How would you feel? That's a big loss if somebody were to start a relationship based on their own needs alone and not a need that is co-created by both parties. So what should men and women be looking for in a partner, right? They have made all these mistakes, but what should they be looking out for? So stay tuned for the next segment where I'll be unpacking the attributes that you need to pay attention to when it comes to choosing your life partner. So welcome back. And in this segment, I'll be sharing what should you be looking out for when it comes to finding your potential life partner. Right. So I always highlight the fact that you have to always look at yourself first. All right. How are you going to show up in a relationship that makes you irreplaceable? That is something that not many people ask. And they always like to list out things that they're looking for in a partner. But are you the kind of partner that the men or the women are looking for? Right? So that's something that you have to ask yourself first. And when you examine yourself, you will know that who you are is beyond your profession, your position, your possession, and beyond your scholastic achievement, right? I have recently coached a lady and I said, can you describe yourself that doesn't include your profession and your scholastic achievement? She doesn't know how to describe herself. And I said, okay, so if you don't know how to describe yourself, how are you going to be chosen? Because at the end of the day, a man would be making a conscious decision to marry you or to be with you because you are kind, you are nurturing, you are somebody that exudes feminine energy, and you are fun to be with, right? Things like that. And for women, you choose a partner because you can see his leadership qualities. You can see that he's grounded. You can see that he's steady when it comes to crisis situation, that, he doesn't just fly into a rage when things don't work his way, right? You want to see that he has that calming, composed energy that makes you feel safe in his presence, right? So when I ask people to describe themselves and they can't do that, I would say then don't start looking for a life partner because you must first understand yourself. You must first know what is so good about being with you, right? And what are some of your flaws as well. You must be able to say that, when I'm stressed, these are things that I tend to do. And they may not be pretty or they may not be, masculine. They may show that a man can also be fearful, right? They may show that women can also ugly cry when they are sad. So you must be able to have accountability about who you are when you're not in your best behavior, right? In times of distress, in times of conflict. So you must also know what are your flaws. And these flaws, are you working on them? Or are you just saying that these are my flaws, accept me for who I am, and I'm not going to do anything about it. Take me or leave me, right? So some people are like that. So before you can look for potential life partner, I would always suggest to all my clients, right? Look at yourself first. Look at yourself in the mirror and ask, okay, what makes me a person that can easily be chosen by somebody? Okay, is it easy to get along with me, or do I make it tough for people? All right. Do I play games? Some people like to play mind games, and I would advise both men and women, don't go down that road of testing a person with your mind games. Show them that you're hot and cold. Show them that you like them, and then the next day you just disappear. This is somebody's life, right? You have to be respectful of somebody's time, respectful of somebody's journey, right? So if you're not interested, you must be able to say that you're not for me, but you may be for somebody else, and move on. Learn to articulate. Learn to say what you mean. Because a lot of problems come about because we don't know how to express what we want, right? There are a lot of unmet needs because we don't know how to ask for our needs to be met, right? But coming back, what makes you, what is it that you need to look for in a partner? First, ask yourself, right? Take accountability. And then you must also say that, in times of distress or conflicts, this is how I'm going to show up, but I'm also working on it, right? And so when there's self-awareness, when you take full accountability, that's a very, very sexy quality to have when you take accountability for who you are and how you're showing up, right? You can say both my parents may not be together, but from their experience, I have learned that I want to show up this way, right? I may not have the best of role models in my parents, but I know who I am, and this is what I bring to the table, right? And that is so super attractive because you know who you are, right? And when you work with me, on this journey, I will make sure that you will have a blueprint of how people can get to your heart when it comes to choosing your life partner. You will know very clearly who it is that you want, who is it that you don't want. You're very clear about your boundaries, what I will accept, what I will not accept in a partner, and what you can expect from me as a partner. So those are important exercises that I put my clients through when it comes to helping them choose a life partner. And what else? Oh, yeah. People always start off with the superficial, right? What does he do? What? How much does he earn? Does he have a house? Does he drive a car? Those kind of things. I think we should all go beyond that, because at the end of the day, when you're going through a crisis, when you're going through conflicts, the car, the degree, the profession, the house, all don't matter. Right? In fact, those are the things that you are so happy to give up and to walk away from because you don't feel safe in the presence of a person that you are supposed to, be vulnerable to. Right? So we should all grow up and learn to take a different stance, what our parents went through in the past. Oh, I chose your father because he has a degree. I chose your mom because she was beautiful. I think we should all take a step higher, right? Because we generally have our a basic level of education, and education shouldn't impress us. Education doesn't make us kinder, it just shows that we have paper qualification. It doesn't show anything about our character. So when you want to choose a life partner, learn to look for things that are intangible, not the paper qualification, not the car, not the house, not the possessions. Right? Look for things that really matter. And some of you have also asked me, Anisa, have you ever received any strange requests from clients in the past? Are you kidding me? I have been in business for 20 years, so there's a lot of strange requests. Some I accede, to their requests. Some I outright said no, because that's not how I do my business. So stay tuned for the next episode where I'm going to be sharing with you all the weird and strange requests that people have been asking me when it comes to choosing their life partner. Some I'd say yes to, some I outright said no, but stay tuned for the next episode to learn more about all these nuggets of information.